Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Lemax Vampire Wakes the Undead. Let's get into it! Okay, Vampire Wakes the Undead. It was released in 2008 and was retired in 2012. Now for the SKU number, we have 83663. Now for some dimensions, we have 4.06 inches in height, 4.72 inches in width, and 3.11 inches in depth. Product type, table accent, and it is made of what feels to me like porcelain. Now, there is absolutely no power or soundtrack or lighting to this piece, so we will skip to the price. When it came out, it was $7.99. However, today, it is going for about $30 for really a good condition one, and some were even more, so you gotta be a little careful, but being retired, being as cool as this is, going down the vampire kind of lane there, it doesn't surprise me to see it at about 30 bucks. As for the weight, it is really, really light, guys. I mean, this thing's probably a quarter pound or something. I mean, it maybe even lighter. I couldn't even, my scale wouldn't even weigh it. It was so light. I probably should get a better scale. Anyways, very light though. It's basically a giant figure. You know, that's kind of what it breaks down to as far as the weight. Okay, so that about wraps up all of the facts. Now it's time we take a closer look. So starting from the top, we have a beautiful tree that has a couple bats on them, nicely detailed and pretty good size. I'm not gonna lie to you though, the scaling on this piece overall is kind of all over the place. You'll see that here as we continue on. But as far as the tree though, it's cool. It's got some nice detail in it. The color, you know, the way they shaded it with some of the black and the grooves, it works. Moving on down to the vampire, which is really kind of the highlight of this piece. He's pretty big in comparison to the tree. If you look at the scaling overall, he looks basically about 3/4 tall of the tree itself. So the scaling's a little weird on that, but here is the highlight about him. His outfit is really nicely detailed. The colors with the red and the black and the little gray on the inside to show the contrast of the outside and inside of the jacket. Really a nice touch. His face, in my opinion, could have used a little bit of a better paint job. However, the colors they chose, you know, the white face with a little bit of blood on it, it makes sense. I'm not sure what else they really could have done. He does have a cool little hairdo, some eyebrows, things like that. So it's actually reasonably detailed. His hands are up like he's going after somebody, which is kind of where we're working our way towards next. As we continue down here more towards the base, you are going to see a girl reaching out for what appears like help. Look, I don't know if she's reaching for him or trying to run away from him. Either way, there's something going on there. As far as her detail, it's not quite as good as the vampire himself. It looks like most of the money went into him and the tree, but nonetheless, it's enough where you can see what is going on. And at night, you know, in your spooky town village, it's going to be more than clear that she's reaching out for help or for something of that nature. She's wearing a white dress, she's got some hair, the whole thing, but the face is definitely not as detailed as the vampire. The other thing I want to draw some notes to is the tombstones. Those things are really cool, especially the particular one behind the girl between the vampire and the lady. Absolutely fantastic. It's got a skull. It's nice, like textured color to it. Pretty realistic, to be honest. Again, scaling kind of all over the place, but for the effect, it's very nice. Lastly, on the ground, it's pretty similar to what we'd seen a lot of other Lemax pieces. It's a little heavy on the green. The dirt is kind of around, like, you know, the grave area was dug out where she's at, so you can see a pile of dirt. There's also like some like bones or something there mixed in, things like that, another tombstone. So not too much going on down there. So, but overall, you know, if you're into the vampire theme, you want something to take up a little space in your village because it is obviously a lot bigger than your standard figure. It works. You know, if you're cool with the scaling thing, which we see off and on being a little loose in this hobby anyways, it's cool. You know, for 30 bucks, it's up to you. But when it came out at $7.99, no question, it was a great deal. I would feel a lot better probably paying somewhere in the neighborhood of like 15 to 20 for this piece. but you gotta keep in mind that most of the time you're gonna be paying shipping. So that's partly where that full $30 is coming from. Other than that, it's a fun piece, guys. I hope you enjoyed another review with me here today. There's not too much more I can say about figures, but if you're interested in one, definitely take a look around. You can still find them for sure. This is the Vampire Wakes the Undead. Cool name, by the way. Anyways, until next time, I thank you as always for continuing to support my channel, and please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.